Hi, I've titled our reflection today, The Baby and the Bathwater. There's a common saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There has been a proliferation of teachings that are making rounds among Christians, and I've been reflecting on some of them. It has become important for me to bring a message of caution. For example, there is a very, very popular message that is making round where a gentleman talking about COVID-19 say that actually COVID-19 is a cover-up. Essentially, what this teaching is claiming is that what we are witnessing now, the morbidity, the mortality, the cough, the fever, people dying, people being unwell, that this is not actually being caused by a virus, and that this is actually being caused as a direct, side effect of 5G being rolled out across country all over the world. And that the government is just covering this up by blaming it on coronavirus. That is not simply the case. And I think there is definitely a lot that I learned from listening to him. A good case does not need a bad defense. And I think also that this trend can potentially cause confusion and can potentially also cause increased fear among Christians. In this teaching, I want to particularly deal with two issues. Now, let me say this, and let me say this very, very clearly. It is a fact that quite a number of what we call civilization and technological development today, there is always a price we all pay. When we make road, there's a price to pay. I mean, for one thing, when we make a road, people get killed. Car can kill, but the road bring in a lot of other benefits. Also, you build road, you put vehicle on the road, and then we pollute the atmosphere. And that causes all sorts of health issue, noise pollution. And also then we have to then come up with solution to deal with some of this problem. Internet bring a lot of advantages, but it comes with a lot of disadvantages because evil people can use internet, but also it brings a lot of benefit. When you drill the ground for gas or for fuel, there's a lot of environmental pollution that comes with this. Obviously, a responsible government will militate, will try to cut down on these side effects. Okay, if you go to your doctor and they give you medication, this medication have side effects. Now you have to sit down and ask yourself, what is the risk? What is the benefit? Does it worth the risk to take this medication? So what I'm saying is this. It is a fact that every single one of these development, 5G not exempted, comes with risk. Now, unfortunately, oftentimes, and I quite agree, oftentimes the government can play down on the risk that some of these things poses because they want to rush this thing through. That can be because maybe the government have a vested interest, or maybe because there are a group that are putting pressure on the government, or it could be because somebody is trying to advance an agenda, a globalist agenda. Now, there are so many reasons why the government can play down on the risk and play up the benefit. But the truth is this, for somebody to say that what we are witnessing now is not a virus, but rather it is the health side effect of 5G, that is stretching the fact. There are viruses, and viruses causes sickness, and viruses can kill people. Yes, we can talk about the fact that this 5G, this technological development that we are rolling out, we are all paying a lot of price for it. There are so many health issues that comes with all these things that we take for granted, and the 5G is not an exception. But what I'm reflecting on today is that it is wrong. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but it is wrong to say that what we are seeing is the side effect. That it's not a virus, that it is the side effect, is the health side effect of 5G. That is not true. This is a virus, okay? This is a virus that is being transmitted from people to people to people, and this virus can kill people that are at risk, and we will even have report where healthy people are now dying from this virus. Yes, I'm all for warning people of the health side effect of this 5G. I'm all for us as a pressure group putting our government into accountability to let the public know. Let there be a public consultation as to the side effect and the benefit of this technological advancement before we roll it out. Yes. Now, the other thing that come out of that is this issue about vaccine. Okay. We all know there are a group of people that are pushing globalist agenda, one world, one religion. And we know there are people that are pushing agenda that want the population of the world to be cut down, and they never hide it, okay? And we know those people will go to any length to push their agenda. We know those people, some sometimes their agenda means much more to them than the life of other people. But I need to also let you know that many of the people in this group are not presidents. They are not head of government. Many of them are people from financial world, from the Silicon Valley, people that head global big company, people that run the social media of this world. Yes, we know there are these people that have their own agenda. Okay, there may also be some government apparatus, government dignitaries among those people, but many officials and head of country, many of them are doing honest job in trying to combat this evil. Many of them have even been hindered by this deep state in their various countries. Many of them are being stopped, their hand are being tied by this group of people that want to push a globalist one world agenda. People are now saying that, yes, now they are going to come out with a vaccine and don't take the vaccine because they are going to do this and do that. Again, let's say this straight, okay? Bill Gates has been very vocal about the danger of epidemic that we face, that countries have invested a lot in combating or deterring nuclear war, but that we are not ready for the next pandemic. And that the last Ebola outbreak that we have, that has shown us that the world is not ready to combat pandemic, outbreak of diseases and viruses. And this world has witnessed a couple of these outbreaks. And Bill Gates has been very vocal about this, that the world need to be prepared for it. And among some of the things he's pushing is this controversial policy of what he called digital certificate. In other words, it's a process in which everybody carrying their body is like a digital footprint, if you can put it that way, or a digital identity. And one of the way he is proposing is that this can actually be given through vaccine. Okay, and this is what I'm saying. It is true that some of these globalists are pushing the agenda where they are asking that we can give these microchips, we can give it to people through vaccine. Okay, it is true. That does not mean that every vaccine has a digital certificate. No, it is true that evil and wicked people will like to use crisis to push their own globalist one world agenda, to cause people, to force people, to push them to fulfill their own agenda. It is true that there are men that are pushing an agenda of digital certificate by giving vaccination, but that is different from now saying that every vaccination is evil. Every vaccination is not evil. There is a lot of advantages to people having vaccination. We have vaccination we'll give to children in childhood. Many children will die if they don't have this vaccination. Now, they are not without their problems, okay? Let's get that straight. We must not throw the baby out with the bathwater. We must not wrap up everything as evil. Vaccinations are good. It can be used for evil, and that is very important. We must underscore that. And what I'm saying is that most of these people are not even hiding it. They are talking very clearly about it. They are saying they are pushing this agenda. They are putting pressure on government to adopt their policy. And the worry is that because of crisis, a time may come when people will be forced to take a vaccination that will clearly be for the purpose of people having digital certificate or digital identities, so that the government can be able to monitor, trace, and control people. A time will come when anybody that says no will be deemed to be enemy of the state. In fact, a time may come where that happens sometimes, that if a parent say they don't want their child to be involved in a class, I don't want my child to sit in this class or that class because of my religious belief, you are deemed to be enemy of progress. Yes, that time may come. The government, because they can use the excuse of the crisis in which we face to push this agenda, knowing that many people will fall for it, and that few people that say no may be deemed to be enemy of the country. And some people may even have their children taken away from them, or their right taken away from them, because they will not go along with the evil agenda of a group of people. That is true. But it is different to saying that every vaccination is evil. Don't let us throw the baby out with the bathwater. And I believe that we need also to be very precise and very careful the way we roll out some of this information that we give to people, because it causes a lot of fear, confusion. So what do we do now? Thank you for joining me today. Join me next time, and God bless you. Shalom.